Chair Shot Reality. Here we go, episode 335, and look at this. LeVar, no Eisenberg, LeVar, no Eisenberg, he's out of here. That's right, the face for radio comes to CSR. He is intern Juice. I think he's graduated from intern.
I have to by now.
Juice Springsteen. Follow him on Twitter, @JuicySteen. Juice, let's get into hot topics because that's how we roll here on CSR. Let's first start off with Roman Reigns. Possibly, if he can get the job done on Monday, he's possibly going to be added into the Universal Championship match later in the month at Night of Champions. Or Clash of Champions. Clash Night, whatever.
Mick Foley thought it was Clash of the Champions.
What doesn't
thinking
matter.
back in the 1980s.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know why they have to keep thinking that Roman getting into any title match is a good idea. I don't know if there's an end goal, if he's going to win, or if they're just putting him in there to.
Well, Rusev's honeymooning, so you have no choice. But I mean, they totally screwed themselves by they started doing the whole Rusev Reigns thing, and then now Rusev's off doing God knows what to Lana and God knows what other country. So now we're stuck. We have to put Reigns somewhere.
Well, so what happens if Roman Reigns? Let's say he gets added. Who wins the triple threat?
Not Roman Reigns. It doesn't matter. He's just there for window dressing purposes. You know that.
Okay.
You know that. But the Roman Reigns experiment is sliding off the rails very fast.
Now it's sliding off the rails?
Now it's sliding off the rails.
It's
worse than the Tim Tebow sports experiment.
Well, it's just getting started. He got signed today.
Yeah, I know.
With Monday Night Football looming, now the ratings at Labor Day's Raw was awful in the third hour.
Awful.
So, and that was with just one college football game going at it. Football will be high gear, full speed next week.
It was a holiday, but I'm still not even going to dismiss it. It was a holiday. They should have just called in sick. Yes, Labor Day, they should have just, I would have rather just bring the dog show back on USA, run reruns of Modern Family. It was, at 10 o'clock came around, I was bored. I was so tired.
You should have flipped over to the football game. It was really good.
But I'm obligated to watch. Now, this Monday will be different. Redskins versus Steelers, when I watch the Skins get a win, we'll do a little DVR.
Right.
We'll do a little DVR pacing then. But I'm obligated. I had to watch, had to take notes.
I think they have to kick it into high gear, though, because now it's every week there's going to be a game on. The first week there's 2 games on, so.
Yeah, well.
I don't know. I don't think it looks good.
Well, what does look good is if the rumors are true, Cody Rhodes reportedly might be working soon with both TNA and ROH. He'd not be under like an exclusive contract, which you've heard me say about other guys. Smart guy in the room right there.
Yep. And how much of his name is he going to be able to keep? I heard that if he's on TV, he can't be Cody Rhodes. He would just be, I don't know, that like he doesn't own that. Like WWE created that.
The great thing is there's so many spinoffs and other monikers to the whole family name.
True.
I mean, he could just be Runnels. I mean,
that is his name, so I guess he could do that.
He could, they could play something off of a dream. And I don't know if he'd want all that, because I know he's really particular about not like exploiting his father's legacy. But there's there's great opportunity for him. It's not like Damian Sandow, where it was like he's only known as Damian Sandow, and you just had to go with.
Yeah, now he's Aaron Rex.
It doesn't matter.
But I mean, he just did Cody Rhodes did the Battle of Los Angeles this past weekend at PWG, and he did Evolve shows, and he's doing everything he can. So I think he's doing fine now that he's out of the machine.
Guy made his money. He's young. He's healthy. There's no problem there. No problem. Unlike other people with problems. Segued for you.
I've been here before. Scott Hall's been there a bunch of times. I've never been thrown out of an airport, but I certainly have been maybe intoxicated at an airport with you a couple of times. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
you're the veteran.
You're the guy who orders top shelf Bombay gin in a PBR can.
You have to chase the PBR.
Scott Hall, and I've been to this TGI Fridays in the wonderful Atlanta airport. It is a sad story. I shouldn't joke. I guess he had a relapse, as he said, Coors Light and tequila shots, gets thrown out of the bar after making a scene, an incident. He's even since gone on Twitter said, and
I like that part about him is that he actually admitted, hey, I made a mistake, especially after this trials and tribulations the last couple of years.
Well, and I mean, there's video on TMZ. Once there's video, I mean, you got to do nothing but own up to it. Here's the thing. Obviously, it's unfortunate that any relapse happened, but it truly is a relapse in the truest sense, because unfortunately, when you're a guy like Scott Hall, or even Jake the Snake Roberts, when your problems and your demons have been so heavily publicized, and they've unfortunately even become linked to your character, even when you have this great clean run that they both had, and Hall of Fame and documentaries done on them, every day that you are clean and you move forward, you're trying to hopefully erase some of that linkage of, that this guy was a drug addict or an alcoholic. So as soon as these relapses happen, it's a relapse in your image. People go, he's still at it.
It's a reset.
Yeah,
it's
it reminds them of what you're trying to forget.
And he's doing all these appearances with Hall or with Nash and X-Pac and doing all these cool things. And now with this, I don't know if it's gonna just set him back a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it might change, WWE, whether or not they're going to have him show up at anything anytime soon. But
I'm sure he's fine there, but I don't know about other bookings. I don't know if they're going to trust him after just one relapse or.
Yeah, I don't know. But like I said, back to the very beginning, it is good that he at least was able to admit and say, my wrongdoing. You know, again, because if he would have just gone AWOL and not heard anything on Twitter of him, then we wonder, like, is he.
And as much as he's relapsed in the bad way, he's overcome the odds before. I don't see why he can't just do it now. I think he's better off that way.
Yeah, one little relapse of Coors and tequila can be overcame. Just a little bit of therapy, friendship, maybe a little bit of Jesus. Who knows?
He should have had PBR.
PBR, you bring a PBR into the set, then you're going to be out of here quicker than Eisenberg was. All right, we got plenty more to talk about. We're going to talk about CM Punk, who is making his UFC debut. Supposedly, I'll believe it when he gets in the cage. He's supposedly making his UFC debut this Saturday night on pay-per-view, as well as we will preview. Hey, there's that thing called Backlash Sunday night, the first ever SmackDown branded pay-per-view. We'll give you our WrestleRumble.com predictions, all that and more. CSR on WZ, filmed at the wonderful Point Park University Studios.